Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Ninjalamb and welcome to another tutorial. And this time I'll be showing you guys how to edit the gameplay using Sony Vegas. Yep, Sony Vegas. And I'll also teach you guys how to create a thumbnail as well. And before we start that, I would like to share a couple of the things. If you guys could please subscribe to the channel, I'll really appreciate that. And also, let's see if we could get 100 likes for this video. I'll really appreciate, guys. I'm trying my best to bring you guys the best content I can. I have another job and everything. I'm trying to balance everything out. So let's get going with the tutorial. And I am in Sony Vegas right now. We are going to do File, New. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop down menu right here. We're gonna click 1080p 60i and it's gonna be 1920 by 1080p, and you see right here is 29 frames per second. If you have recorded your gameplay in 29 frames per second, then please use that. If you have done it in 60 frames, just click right here and just select this 59.940, and after you do that, just click OK. I'm not gonna do this right here, start all new project with these settings, because sometimes you record in different frame settings, so I don't want to create that. So we're just gonna click OK, and that's about it. And what we're gonna do now, well, you might see that it looks a little bit different in my window because I don't have that volume bar or whatever you guys call that on the right hand side right here, but I clicked X on it and I have this bigger screen right here, so that way you can see better preview. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go File, Open. We're gonna find our video. We're gonna, let's see, which one should we do. We're gonna click right here. That you can see it's a 40-minute video, 1080p, 1920 by 1080p, I'm sorry. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna click open here. It's gonna ask you, would you like to match the settings? No, we don't want to do that because we already created a new file. Just remember that, guys. So now you have this two, one for audio and one for video. What we're gonna do, if you wanted to, if you have recorded your voice or your commentary in a different software, and if you want to delete this, now right now you can see they both are connected. What you can do, you can just click the bottom and just click U. When you do that, you can see now this is moving by itself. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna just come down here. You can see, let me just turn down the volume here so that way it's not that loud. Alright, so if I go over here, you can see the arrow right there. I can click and drag and you can see it goes like that. And if you go right down here, you can see that same arrow, but with this you can go much faster. Right there you can see that. And you also have zoom in and zoom out right here, plus and minus right there. If I click plus, you'll see the frame rate goes, the arrow right here. I just have to keep going down. And if I click minus, let's just go back where we were, everything in one window. What we're gonna do is, what I'm trying to create here is I'm trying to create a perfect gameplay where it looks like you haven't died, because sometimes it gets so freaking difficult that there is a guy with armor and everything and he kills you freaking 5-6 times. So right here I have a really good example, as we can see. So as you can see right here, I just died again while taking that stupid gun. So this is where we're gonna start. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go a little bit further down and make sure that I don't die again or anything. As you can see, I came back and forth a three times right there. And let's see, I guess we passed that, so we're gonna go back and make sure if we are getting how we are entering into this place, so before we die. All right, let's see. We don't need that. There is that guy. Let's see here. And what you can do is you can also click right here. It's frame by frame, or you can also say it's slow motion. I'll just click and hold that, and you can see everything in slow motion. And then as we run down there, I'm just gonna stop right there, and we're gonna do S. We're gonna go back, and we're gonna try to find that same area where we picked up that gun and we're running into it. Okay, so right there, come on, come on. So right there we are running. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go frame by frame. Right there, we're gonna stop right there, and we're gonna click right here. Let me do control. All right, I'm gonna do frame by frame again. So where you're going, we need to go back. Come on. Well, let's change the gun. Okay. All right, there we're going. So before, you guys can see there, you can see Laura right there. We don't want it to see that. We're gonna click S right there, and we're gonna click right here. It's already selected for you. We're just gonna click delete and select that and click delete. We're gonna select both of this. If you haven't done the U thing, what do you call it, man? Oh man, I'm not thinking about words right now. That's too much for me right now. Alright, let's see how this came out. Alright, let's see. As he is walking, we're coming close to the cutscene here, which we did. Gonna change the gun. And as we're going, let's see, come back. Alright. And there we go. There it is. That was so perfect, and there was no commentary or anything which was cut right there. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, how you can make it like so perfect, and it looks like you never died there. As you might know, I mean, everybody dies in game sometime. Now what we're gonna do, the second thing, is we're gonna find a really good thumbnail for our YouTube video. So we're gonna try to find a interesting place here where we can take a picture or take a snapshot or whatever you guys call it. We're gonna go. Let's see. Oh, that looks fun. Where is it? Oh, look at that. We're gonna go frame by frame. Just make sure it's not blurry. That looks pretty. Look at that, Drake right there. Try to put characters in your thumbnail. I mean, if you cannot find it, I mean, this will work pretty good. I mean, you can select explosion, the truck is right there, you can see Drake. But as you know, the thumbnail is so small, sometimes you cannot even see a character. So try to find something where it's character, but this looks really nice too. It's just you have to work with this gun right here. You have to use the tool to erase this, so that way it looks nice and professional. And there comes the Sully. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. We're gonna go frame by frame as everybody's here. Well, let me go a little bit further down before we do that. That's Sam. Alright, look at that. I mean, I have this thumbnail on my video. When you're trying to create a thumbnail, make sure there is no subtitles in the way. If there is, I mean, that's not a problem. It will just create a little bit more work for you guys. But what happens if the characters are too close and you're trying to erase this, it messes up their hand and everything. If it comes on the cloth, it's okay, but if it messes up their hand or something, it's not good. So we'll go frame by frame and make sure we get good. Let's see. That looks good. You can see Elena, you can see Sully, Sam right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click this, it looks like floppy disk. That's what I was calling them when they were here. I don't know what you guys call it, but it looks like a floppy disk. We're just gonna click that. As soon as you click that, it says image 1. You can leave it like that if you want to. We're just gonna click save right there. As you can see, it shows up here. We're gonna minimize this and it shows up right there. We're just gonna double click that. You can see nice and high resolution. It looks good. So what you can do is you just have to put part 1, part 2. Let me show you guys that as well, so I'm not just leaving you guys hanging there. Let's go back there. Okay, so after you have done editing, and if you're happy with your editing, what you need to do is you have to click this icon right here. It says render as. When you click right there, I already have a preset which is right here. It says Ninjalamb 1080p 60 frames per second. But I found that right here. Let's see. I found that preset in this main concept AVC / AAC MP4 AVC in the parentheses. What I did, I went down and I selected which had the 1920 by 1080p. And if I select that and if I go to customize template, I'll show you the settings which I have. Over here with the frame rate, you can click on it, you can type it in. Just remember the frame rate. You can go back. I mean, if I go back right here, I'll show you guys how it looks like. We'll go to videos. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on it, right click, and we're gonna do properties. When you go to properties, you can go to details. When you go to details, you can see it says 59 frames per second. And what you can do is when we come here, and let me exit this out as well, and then we can go click, where was it, right here, and you can see it says 59.940. So if you don't know what frame rate you did your settings, if you get lost while editing, just don't worry guys, it's right there. I'm gonna show you guys again. Just click right here. It says arrow project video properties. Just click that and you can see right there. So we're gonna go back into render as, and we're gonna go to Ninjalamb thing, or Ninjalamb preset specific, man. All right, so I just created the name and click save right here, but I have HD 1080p 1920 59.94, and I have done the variables at 24 million. I think it's 24 million, and then I have the average at 12 million. Number of slices, I have kept it same way. I have NVIDIA GTX in my laptop, so I don't do rendering with CPU because I have it. I would rather use that because with CPU it works it really slow. And then what I would do is some people, they say if you do it with this you don't get really good quality. No, that's not right. I have seen, I mean, they both looks exactly the same. It's just with the rendering with CPU it takes a little bit longer time. If you don't have CUDA or CUDA not available in your laptop, then just do it with CPU. I would tell you this is a 30-minute video rendering in 1080p 60 frames per second. It takes almost 2.5 hours. Even though I have NVIDIA GTX, I think it's, I don't even remember which one I had. It's almost 2 years I have this laptop, but yeah, I have pretty good specs and everything, but rendering this 40-minute video, it takes almost 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So if you're doing with CPU, I wonder how long it would take you guys. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry if you guys don't have CUDA. I'm really sorry. We're gonna go to audio. I have the sample rate at 48,000, bitrate at 320,000. Gonna go to system. You can always check right there. Check GPU. If I check right there, it says CUDA available. We're gonna go to project. It's just we're gonna do video rendering quality. We're gonna keep it at best. Do not worry about the other options right here. We're just gonna click OK. If you have that settings, pretty good. All right, so I forgot really main thing. I'm just gonna click cancel here. You guys have all the presets saved and everything, hopefully. And always make sure when you're doing editing, always save your file in Sony Vegas 2. Always save your file, guys, because if something happens, your computer crashes, your Sony Vegas crashes, your work is gone. It's down the drain, man. I'm serious. Always do that. File, we're gonna do save, or you can just do Control S. It's just gonna give you that. I'm just gonna title this, and then we can click save. After you do that, all right, so what we're gonna do, see this yellow mark here? We can go and select that whole thing. You can do it that way, or I'll show you the easiest way. Just come right here and double click on it. It will select the loop region for you that you want to edit your video or process your video, starting from here and stop over here. If you do it if you have your loop region right here, it will just render up to right here. So always make sure you have your loop region in your mind, or you're screwed, man. That 3 hours or 2 hours of video processing, it's not worth it. All right, so we're gonna go to render as again. We're gonna click that. It says render loop region only. If I uncheck this, it's gonna keep rendering and rendering and rendering. Even though there is no video after 35 minutes, it's gonna keep rendering. So always make sure this is selected. I hope you guys have the preset already settings, and then you can click render. After you click render, it's gonna take I don't know how long it's gonna take, depending on your video and depending on the quality of your video. After you do that, the video, whatever you have named it, if it's untitled, it's gonna show you untitled. If it's not, then it's not, but it will be like this. If I click on here, you can see the file is 181 gigabytes. And if I right click here, properties, let's see if it shows us how long it is. Details, it is 20 minutes long. So guys, if anybody's saying that with this setting you can get smallest file and on all that crap, no, that's not true. It depends what kind of video quality do you have, and if you have higher quality, the file size is going to be really high. So just be prepared. This one right here, you can see it's 2.69 gigabytes. It depending 3.47. It's, as I said, depending on how long your video is, your quality, and all that. It all matters, guys. It all matters. So if we go right here, I'm just gonna click right here. This was the one which we were editing. I'm just gonna go right there. All right, so as you can see, the thing which I edited, I did the same thing over here too, and you can see the quality too. It looks nice, but it looks good. I mean, I haven't given up anything. It looks nice and clear. So let's go right here. I'm gonna keep scrolling. Okay, right there. So look at that. I'm gonna go right there. So I didn't do really good job at this, as you can see, but when I was doing the tutorial, I was paying so good attention that I did kind of pretty good job. So that's about it on this part. I'll put another tutorial to show you guys how to make it smaller with Handbrake, but first we're gonna continue with the thumbnails. I'm gonna just click exit out from here. Do you want to save this? Nope, I don't want to save this. I already have it, sir. And we already have this thumbnail right here, Photoshop, and then let it open. Come on. All right, we're gonna do file. If it loads up for me, file, we're gonna go to open. We're gonna go to desktop, image right there. We're gonna click open, and then we can if you have this selection tool right here, you can just click T on your keyboard or tap it in. We're gonna click, oh, the fonts are so small, part 1, and then we're just gonna click right here. Do not click enter because that cursor will go down, guys. And we're gonna go to the characters, the A thing right here. We're gonna go to T. You can click right here and select this right here, but I would prefer, if you go to T, you can see the hand with the arrow. I just like this so much better. We're just gonna go there. Oh, it's too small, man. Try to make it nice and big, guys, so that way when you put it on the thumbnail, people can see. We're gonna click V on the keyboard so we can put it wherever we like. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna minimize this inside back. We're gonna double click on here. We're gonna add a, what do you call it, stroke. We're gonna go color. Make sure you can add whatever color you like. Make sure you can see it. It's visible, it looks good. Blue looks good. We're gonna click OK, and then we're gonna increase the size of this stroke right there. And always make sure, guys, keep same fonts and same kind of texture and everything in all of your thumbnails so people don't get lost while they're clicking your videos and everything like that. So after you do that, it's easy. You guys all know how to do this. Please make sure always save your files in Photoshop as well. And we're just gonna click save. We're gonna image one, we're gonna keep it that way. We're gonna click OK. We're gonna do Control Shift S, and that's what gonna happen. Is just gonna same thing, but it's better way. It's not, if you do Control Shift S, what it's gonna do, it's gonna give you this option again because you want to save this file in a JPEG. If you just do Control S, it's just gonna save it as Photoshop for you. It's not gonna do anything good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna click as a save as type right here. Just gonna go down and we're gonna select JPEG. Do not select the JPEG 2000, JPEG, and we're just gonna, there is already image one, we're just gonna change this to part, oh, I cannot type, part 1, and we're gonna click save. And right there, try to make sure the file size are small. YouTube only allows up to 2 megabytes of a thumbnail, but if it's a smaller size, it will upload faster. Even, I mean, it's gonna still look good because it's still that small size. After we save that, I'm just gonna close this out. And as you can see, we have part 1 right here. I'm just gonna double click that, and you can see it still looks the same. We just added that part 1 right here. I hope, guys, I helped you with this tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more tutorials, and I'm trying to find a better game where I can play and put a walkthrough as well. I hope to see you guys next time. Stay safe. There's crazy people out there. Just try not to argue with them and just ignore them, and please try to be safe out there. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. All right, bye.